After the resurrection, the message of Jesus spread quickly. From Jerusalem into cities, homes, and marketplaces, people gathered to remember what they had seen and heard. The early proclamation was simple: Jesus had lived. As the movement expanded, new believers brought with them the ideas of the world they came from. Greek philosophy, mystery religions, and ancient spiritual traditions began to mix with Christian language. Some struggled with a difficult idea. How could the divine become flesh? How could God suffer? How could holiness dwell in a physical body? Among intellectual circles, new interpretations emerged. Teachers began speaking of deeper truths, not taught publicly, but revealed privately. They called it knowledge. Hidden insight meant only for the enlightened. Slowly, belief began to shift. The physical world was described as flawed. Matter as corrupt. Spirit as pure. If flesh was broken, then salvation could not come through flesh. Jesus, they said, was not truly human. He only appeared to be. His suffering became symbolic. Faith was no longer something proclaimed openly. It became something unlocked only by those with secret understanding. The message changed. Not salvation through Christ, but escape from the world. This movement came to be known as Gnosticism. To many, it sounded intelligent, mystical. But beneath it lay a dangerous shift. If Christ did not truly become human, then suffering had no meaning, death had no defeat, and resurrection lost its power. Early Christian leaders recognized the threat. They did not respond with secrecy. They responded with memory. They pointed back to eyewitnesses, to those who had walked with Jesus, who had eaten with him, who had touched his wounds after he rose. They insisted the faith was not hidden. It was preached openly, suffered for publicly, and lived in community. The resurrection, they proclaimed, was not an idea. It was an event. Believers were willing to die for it, not for philosophy, but for testimony. As persecution increased, so did clarity. Church leaders preserved the teachings handed down from the apostles. Writings were copied, shared, and guarded. Communities across the empire united around the same confession. Jesus Christ had come in the flesh, he had suffered, he had died, and he had risen. Gnostic teachings slowly faded. They could not survive martyrdom. They could not endure public witness. Christianity endured not because it promised escape from the world, but because it declared redemption within it. Hope was no longer hidden. It belonged to all. Not symbolic. A faith that would outlast empires, philosophies, and centuries. The battle for the resurrection had been fought, and after the resurrection, the message of Jesus spread quickly. From Jerusalem into cities, homes, and marketplaces, people gathered to remember what they had seen and heard. The early proclamation was simple. Jesus had lived, Jesus had suffered, Jesus had risen, in body, not in symbol.